Welcome to Alabama for round number 3 of the ERL INDYCAR series. You can see the drivers, as they always do, come across the line to start that lap behind the safety car. The track here at Barber, known for being very high speed, overtakes are plenty, but you're always inches away from catastrophe. Carson Thornburg, he will start this one on pole from Devin Butler, new INDYCAR winner after last time out in St. Petersburg. Behind him, the hyperdrive duo of Prix and joint championship leader Awful Catfish in the 2 car. Then it's Max Sportcar, the reigning drivers champion, didn't have a great outing last time out. Then Pierre Gasly, who ended his St. Petersburg Grand Prix with a puncture. Ray Shen struggled in qualifying last time out. He's had a brilliant one this time to be 7th. Then it's Niven Colby, Gabriel Lebargton, and Dav Sanchez to round out the top 10. Bob Marino, you'll never know what the 14 will do in the ERL INDYCAR series. He starts 11th from Lam Fong, outqualifies his more experienced teammate. Then it's Manny Medbeck, the 66, down in 13th from the only man starting on the hards, the Revolution Racing number 45 of Tommy. Then it's Ghosted in 15th from joint championship leader Linus Eriksson. Then it's Dominic Hudson in 17th from Micah Yu, Loco, and Armand Kriel just pointing this out once again, the Frenchman. Brilliant first race, second race crashed out, and now here he starts on the back row with Lewis Olsen. It's a real big slump in performance that we've seen down at Pinnacle for them to both be outside of the top 14. With the number 97 of Carson Thornburg currently leading the pack here as they're heading through the final part of the final sector. Love the fact that it effectively starts with a big downhill. The map shows that it's not a downhill until here, where it should be an uphill, but in reality, this is the fastest part of any track on the calendar. You spend most of this part of this track full throttle. 5 of the 22 drivers not starting this race on the softs. Carson Thornburg's on the pole. He's got Butler, Quee, and the Awful Catfish, the championship leader, right behind him. They're heading down to the main straight. And for the 3rd time in Season 3 of the ERL INDYCAR Series in the Electric Racing League, Thornburg's going to lead us away. Boogity, 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 let's go racing! On board we are with the 97. Coming through one, not being challenged by the guys behind him. Expect the mid-pack to do what the mid-pack does. There goes Ghosted, trying to salvage some points after a terrible outing last time out. Goes side by side with Marino and takes 11th position away. But Lam Fong moves up into 12th. Can he try and take 11th away from Ghosted in front? Here he comes into turn number 3, side by side. That's Marino up into 11th position. Brilliant stuff with Marishank Man, but he's still dueling away with the Apex Pinnacle driver of Ghosted as they head through the chicane. No contact, thankfully, across this opening lap. No time penalties awarded. That's what we like to see, but we don't like to see our rookies at the back of the pack. Our man's going to have to try and make a lunge of some form. We're seeing a lot of drivers in the mid-pack actually being held up here because they're all going side by side up the hill here in Barber. And yet, Armand Kriel still at the back of the pack. Looking at Catfish, defending from Maximilian Bortcar in the 29 car. I believe that Bortcar is our 2nd Dutch champion. If he is from the Netherlands, I believe he is. He is from the Netherlands. I just remembered why all the drivers have their specific helmets, but yeah. Here they come to the line to start lap 3 of 12. Butler with the fastest 3rd sector, but he's still roughly 2 seconds off the back of Carson Thornburg in front. Carson with the fastest lap currently. We're seeing an influx of fastest final sectors. Didn't see any fastest firsts. And attack mode is now online. And the 2 hyperdrive men on the hard tyres, they are trying to do the one-stop. as INDYCAR there with attack mode in the slipstream of his fellow Drivers' Champion, but not fellow INDYCAR Champion yet. Coming out of the chicane there. The chicane over turns 5 and 6. We saw a lot of action at that chicane during practice. It really is the rear of the field that's giving us all the action, because up front they have strung it out. There is nothing to be seen. And you know, at high-speed tracks like this in INDYCAR, you have two options. It's either side-by-side, beat and banging, roughing them up type racing, or you get this, where you have to wait for the pit stops for that type of beat and banging, roughing them up type racing to appear. And yeah, it's not fun throughout the entire race, but it does create hype. And that's why I feel like the INDYCAR series might have actually done a very good job in terms of picking its locations. Yes, the first race of the season wasn't a banger, but then St. Pete, the layout that they chose, was pretty good. Here comes Shen with the fastest third sector, moves up into 6th position in front of Pierre Gasly. Fellow former Formula E driver, they're going side by side still into turn 2. Attack mode's going to come to one of these drivers, if not both of them. They both get attack mode, but Shen just done terribly on the exit of that turn, and INDYCAR's closing in, but not able to make the pass. Gasly closing up to the back of Max INDYCAR there. On board we are with the car number 3 of Pierre Gasly, driving for Power Motorsport, formerly driving for the Power Motorsport Formula E team, dropped there in favour of the Season 5 Formula E champion Rodney Sola, who hasn't actually been doing that good of a job in Formula E currently. Of course, growing pains are something that you do have to look at. Tommy, once again, starting on the hard tyres, I believe. He's often the one man you can count on doing unorthodox strategies, as long as he doesn't wreck. Because believe you me, the man from Hong Kong has wrecked a lot of cars in his time. But we're looking at Devin Butler right now, and his soft tyres absolutely shot. They go on to begin lap number 5. I expect to see some drivers gamble, go for the early stop, and if they don't go onto hards, they will sign themselves to the 2-stop. In comes Gabriel Lebarkson, the rookie driver of the 19, coming in. Anyone else coming into the pits with him? As he's going onto the hards, Olsen and Ericsson both in. Olsen's onto the hard tyres. What about Linus Ericsson? I think maybe another set of hards for him. And if you do go onto the hard tyres at this stage, we saw last time out how long the hard tyres can do. They should be golden for the one-stop strategy. But it is Carson Thornburg at the front of the pack. We saw one of the Meyer Shank drivers going side by side. Yes, that's with Milsos Micah. Milsos up into 10th position for the man driving car number 11. Trying to get as many points as he can here. Easier said than done. And yet, tyre wear has often been an issue at this specific track through that chicane. Simply just because we just see a lot of wrecks down there. You don't have the grip to go through there at high speed. You're gonna be punished if you try and go through there at high speed. Meanwhile, looking at the Sims high speed number 11, trying to close up to Daf Sanchez so that they can get the 8-9. Looking at the mini-map to see if the top 2 are going to come in. In comes Carson Thornburg from the lead of this race. Driving down pit row at a slow speed there. Medium's going on. INDYCAR follows him in. Also in Gasly, Shen, Niven Colby. Sanchez staying out, but Bob Marino coming into the pits there. Also in Lam Fong in the 73 and Ghosted as well. Wek Loco and Dominic Hudson also into the pits. There's so much action down at pit lane. Meanwhile, the two hyperdrive men trying to keep it clean as they're trying to close up to the back of Devin Butler They are going for the overcut strategy. They've done half the race on their set of medium tyres. Devin Butler's done half the race on his set of softs, and I don't think you can go too much longer than that. We shouldn't see any teams risk it, go so long on those softs. But Ghosted's going to have to do the entire rest of this race on the softs, it seems, lest you want to do the far less superior two-stop strategy. Yeah, Olsen with the fastest first sector as there goes Thornburg past Milsel Smiker on board with the 97. Got brake tested by Sanchez for a second there, but gets past him to take 4th with that lunge down the inside, solidifying it. Butler is actually flying through this final part of the track. I think we might see the number 71 come into the pits, because if he doesn't do it now, he's going to have to pay for it much later on. He does come in. Also into the pits, Oakwe, so Catfish, for the second race in a row, leads the pack. Carson Thornburg staying out with those fresh mediums. In comes Daf Sanchez as well. So what Catfish, what Sanchez, what all the drivers who have done 7-ish laps on their mediums are trying to do is benefit from fresh tyres come this race's end. But they are certainly losing out on track position. Lebarkson and Tommy going side by side. Here comes the 45, tried to lunge, and now he's holding up Devin. There goes Butler up into 4th. Can he try and take 3rd away from the Frenchman in front of him, side by side? And that is 3rd position for Devin Butler. Is that Bort car making the lunge too? It is. He's up into 4th position there in the 29. Good move from the reigning Drivers' Champion. Definitely got the prowess of a champion. Gasly getting past Tommy as well. 7 laps on those hards is definitely not feasible. But here comes Thornburg getting past the man who has done 7 laps on his mediums. Carson Thornburg takes the lead here in Barber. Good move for the lead, but it was a simple move too. I think Hyperdrive are going to have to call in the number 2 car. They tried to win this race on strategy, but doing that only really works if there are drivers fighting for the lead who are going to do the 2-stop, and honestly, I do not see that happening. We do see some clouds forming. As for a rain risk, we don't expect to see rain today, at least not in the duration of this race, as Catfish comes in, soft tires going on. He is going all attack, all risk. Where is he going to come out of the pits though? You've got to look, and I don't think he'll still be in the points, because here's Bob Marino in 10th, heads across the start-finish, and Catfish is coming out of the pits outside of the top 15. He's 18th, 17th rather, for Catfish, and he's got 17 places to make up in 4 laps. He's got the freshest tyres of anybody. And where is Tommy, by the way? He's done 8 laps on those hard tyres. That is unbelievable. How do you manage to do that long a distance on those tyres? I have no clue. But, actually, want to know something? I don't know. Well, Manny Medvec might actually be fine on tyres, actually. He'll end this race if he does decide to continue on those softs. He'll end it at around 30%, so he'll be fine till the end. Everyone should be able to make it to the end of this race, actually. Carson Thornburg, the man who started this race on pole, looks to be able to win it, as Qui moves up into 4th position in front of Pierre Gasly, the championship leaders heading into this race. Neither of them had won a race this season so far. Neither of them had won a race in INDYCAR. And currently it looks like neither of them are going to score points. And the only reason they've been leading the championship is because of their undying consistency. Looking back with the Penske number 71. And Butler's lost so much time. He's leaking time from everywhere that you could leak time from. He's 6 seconds off the back of Carson. as Tommy finally comes into the pits. Puts on medium tyres though. Revolution not doing a revolution in terms of their strategy. Sorry for hitting the mic there. But INDYCAR in the 29 looking to get some good points on the board today. And the 29 about to head up the hill, being chased down by O'Quee, by the way. I think Quee could be a real dark horse for P2 today. He has shown quite a lot of pace. Not too sure if he's got the pace to win this. He's 10 seconds off the race lead. But the mediums are graining. The mediums are graining quite viciously right now. Softs probably doing the same thing, same as the mediums. Catfish has the best tyres of anyone. Well, of anyone worth noting, because Tommy is 20 seconds off the pack. Not even off the lead, he's off the pack by that much. We're on to lap 10 of 12. Thornburg leads, Butler second, and INDYCAR is third. Will we see any drivers dive into pit lane? That's INDYCAR! Max INDYCAR pits! Second stop for Max INDYCAR. I didn't expect to see this. Someone else is in with him. Is that Gabriel Labarton? No, it's Niven Colby. Also into the pits for a second stop. Mediums going on. Also in, Ericsson and Ghosted. So Ericsson giving up hopes of track position. And this is Catfish's time to shine now. He's got to make the most of this. He's going to have to take as much life out of those soft tyres as possible. Even if he does that, he'll end this race in the 30s, in the 20s. It will be enough to finish it. And who is that making the lunge? I think it's Lam Fong, the rookie driver of the 73, making an audacious lunge there. Brilliant stuff. That's what we love to see in IndyCar. Gabriel Labarton in 5th, struggling with the hard tyres, and it is very overcast out there right now. Catfish looking for the lunge. Will take 9th from Bob Marinari, but he won't be able to get past Daf Sanchez. Here comes the 2. Looks to the outside. And this is Catfish, now up into 8th. It was a drag race through the hill. And now Sanchez with the high line, the outside line, reclaims 8th position. Carson Thornburg's heading down the hill now, preparing to start his penultimate lap here in Barber Motorsports Park. We're on to the penultimate lap now. This is an unbelievably great race for the mid-pack, but out in front, Carson's just been dominating. There's been no one challenging the 97 all day. Only way you can see that fight for the lead become interesting is if we get a puncher up there. Doubt we will, but Sanchez going side by side with Fong to take 7th. But here comes Awful Catfish with the lunge of a lifetime to take 7th position. Good stuff from the 2. The season 22 Formula E champion. And he's got attack mode to try and close in on Ray Shen. He doesn't have the slipstream that Sanchez has, so expect the 72 to get real close to the 2. He's going to try and go for the lunge into 3. He does make it. Side by side, they have to go. And there goes Daf Sanchez, still alongside with Catfish. That move is not done yet. I repeat, the move is not done yet. The 72 still alongside with the 2. Side by side they remain. And Catfish's tyre advantage is quickly going away from him. Max INDYCAR now the man with the fastest tyres out there. Linus Ericsson with the fastest first section of anyone. There goes Catfish, finally up into 7th. Can he hold on to it? He has shut the door. So I believe that's going to be where his progress is going to have to stagnate for now. The Carson Thornburg tyres becoming an issue on the penultimate lap of this race. But 20% tyre wear. Oh, it is going to be nipping tuck as we're into the final lap. And this track actually ramping up in terms of difficulty to drive, actually. Max INDYCAR, however, weathering the storm already. Moves up into 8th position. And here comes Devon. He's got attack mode. And push to pass to use at the same time. He's using the tandem on the straight into turn 3. He's closing in. He's not close enough to try and go for the pass though. 12% for Carson. I think he's going to make it. Niven Colby, 5 second time penalty for causing a collision. Look at the mid-pack here. Biblical scenes. It's fighting over, not even points, it's for 14th there. Devon going for his second consecutive race win. A second consecutive race win that would see him lead the World Driver standings. But for Carson Thornburg in the 97, 6%. He's got barely anything left in those tyres. He's trying to haul it to the line. 4%. He's going to hit 3 soon. He is at 3. 7/10 of a second. He is racing the final turns of his life for Carson Thornburg. He's hit 2. He comes through the final section now. He's at 0. Carson Thornburg hits 0. He's got a full car puncture. And it's over. Butler's hit him. Devin Butler's hit Thornburg. But that doesn't matter. He's going to lose so much time. He's got no front wing. Devin Butler takes his second win in a row in unbelievable circumstances. Quee gets past Thornburg, who I think will just take a P4. My goodness, what a finish. What a finish. I don't believe what I've just seen there. And Catfish is about to hit 0-2. Comes across the line at 0 to finish in 5th. My goodness me. The tyres on the final lap for Carson Thornburg just went. And a full car puncture for Milsos Micah as well. Creel got close, and Matty Medvec also with a full car puncture. That's Micah and Medvec, both with full car punctures. You hate to see it. And it's Butler who will take victory for the second race in a row. Will he become champion in his 3rd IndyCar season? And this is the podium. Butler. Devin Butler, everybody, taking his second win of the season in front of Quee. For the second time, it's a hyperdrive man on the podium. And the Power Motorsports man of Pierre Gasly, car number 3, in 3rd in his 3rd IndyCar race. Coincidence? I think not. Then it's Carson Thornburg after that full car puncture. He does have the fastest lap, so it's 13 points. Then it's Bortcar, Lebarton, Chen and Catfish from Sanchez and Lam Fong. Your non-scorers were Marino, Yu, Colby, Ghosted, Olsen, Ericsson, Loco, Tommy, Hudson, Creel, and Micah and Medvec, with the latter two having full car punctures on the final lap. In the driver standings, by 20 points, Devin Butler leads everybody, and that's from Catfish and Thornburg. Then it's Ericsson, Ghosted, Marino, Lebarton, Quee, Gasly, Armand Creel, and Dav Sanchez. And it's Bortcar, Shen, Matty Medvec, Wet Loco, Milsos Micah, Niven Colby, and Lam Fong, with Yu, Hudson, Olsen, and Tommy yet to score. In the constructors standings, heading into the Surfers Paradise Grand Prix, Team Penske leads the way on 56 points from Hyperdrive BBX and Apex Pinnacle. Then it's Chip Ganassi, Aaron McLaren SP, Maya Shank Racing, Andretti Green Racing, AJ Foyt Enterprise, Power Motorsport, Sims High Speed, and Revolution Racing. We will see you guys next time when the ERL returns.